Hi, hello. We've got the creatures with us today. The two animals are with us today. So we shall see. Nobody is viewing as yet. Let's see who is the first one today. Hello, Judy's Handmade Creations. You are the first one in the room today. Congratulations, it's usually. It is freezing today, Esther. Absolutely freezing. Hi, me. Hi, Nathan. Hi, June. It's freezing, Esther. Absolutely freezing. There was some snow in parts of Fleetwood, but not where I am. So it was a little bit frosty this morning when I first got up. It was you that was the first in the room, but Judy was the first to say hello. I did make a video earlier, actually, showing one of the books and the magazines I'd got, but nobody's seen it so far. Oh, hello. Already I'm freezing. You commented first. Well, how come I've got Judy commenting first and Esther and then you? You may have commented first, but I didn't see it first. Hi, Liz. Hello, Greek Stitcher. Hello. Yes, we've got the two doggles with us today. One of them's asleep on the chair. The other one's asleep on the sofa. It said comments disabled. Well, they're not. They weren't. Or they shouldn't have been, because I didn't do that. Maybe it was because I was just coming in at the first. Yeah, I didn't disable my comments. Honest, I didn't. It snowed in Fleetwood, I believe, but it didn't snow just here. Or if it did, it was before I got up in the morning. So, hello, Sue, what's knitting? Hello from Gateshead. If you've got snow, let me know. Who in the UK has got snow? Who in the UK has got snow? Well, my family have gone to see, YouTube's been acting up. I mean, I cannot believe that nobody's actually seen a video that I put up later this afternoon. Usually somebody's seen it by now. But it says nobody's seen it, which is a bit strange. Because I know I put it to public, so who knows? Who knows? Putting my hand cream on, because my hands go dry and weird. I did, yeah. Nobody's seen it, so I'm just wondering if it's gone public or if it stayed private or something. Yeah. It says 82 views. Oh. It didn't say any views on mine. YouTube, the wonders of YouTube. I think YouTube's going to go slow because of the cold weather. I've not been out. My son said, don't bother going out. It's treacherous out there, so I didn't bother. Yeah, I didn't want to fall. That's one thing I didn't want to. How was my week? It wasn't bad, actually. I went out for Christmas lunch with the girls from my evening Wednesday knit club. We had a nice meal. It was a carvery. And I got a lovely scarf. I don't know whether you saw it on my Facebook picture. And I got a set of like furry ears, you know. You watched it. I was just saying to Nathan that it said I had no views. So I was getting a bit worried. But anyway, apparently, I've got views. It's okay. Hi, Denise. Yeah, so I did go out and have a Monday. I went to the library to the knit club. Nice company, nice and warm, free coffee with great. Tuesday, did I go anywhere Tuesday? Or did I stay in? Oh no, Tuesday, yeah. I went out for dinner. How can I forget that? Wednesday, yeah, I went to another knit club Wednesday. Thursday, I went to meet my 2 friends in the cafe. Friday, I stayed in. I was supposed to be doing the Christmas tree, but just wasn't in the mood. I'm no Christmas mood this year. Not at all. I didn't do anything really on Friday. Didn't do much of anything at all. The Christmas tree's still in its box. You can't see it. It's behind my chair. There it is in its box. Can't point. It's behind me anyway. It's there in its box. So I haven't done it yet. And the ornaments are in a bag there. Don't think you can see them, but where it says only there, that's where they are. They're in a bag. As you can see, no fire. I didn't light it. The doggies and I decided that we would have the central heating on. I know it's naughty and I know it's going to cost money, but I just didn't feel like shoveling all the ashes out and messing about and clearing it all up, because I would have had to go outside with the ashes and I didn't want to slip. So, no, didn't go. Got me coffee. So, I've been watching some videos, yeah, I have. Been watching Not Quite Enough Yarn. I've been watching Crochet Rocks. I've watched a couple of Denise Deer's videos, but she's got such a lot on that I haven't watched them all. I think she's up to about number 9 now. And I'm just on number 1, I think. So I need to catch up with that. Just trying to think who else I've been watching. Kind of not a lot, really. Not a lot of videos. I'm terrible. I mean to watch them, and then I start looking at them, and when it says about an hour, I think, I'm not in an hour mood for sitting here. If it says half an hour, or if it says 20 minutes or something like that, I'll sit and watch it. But when it says it's an hour and 30 minutes, I just wander off. You know, my attention span is minimal these days. But if anything says it's more than, half hour, I've just wandered off. I've been trying to order some Christmas presents, some toiletries and stuff like that for the family. Just ordered them online and hoping that they arrive. I've ordered myself a new skirt. I wanted a black velvet skirt. I'd used to have one, but of course, with losing so much weight, it was huge. And when the elastic went round the waist, it made me look like a big paper bag tied in the middle, so I got rid of it. I wanted a black velvet skirt, but I couldn't get one. So the one I'm getting is like a deep wine colour. So I'm hoping that I've got something that goes with it, because I don't really fancy having to buy another top. Let's see what I'll go. I'm sure I must have something that will vaguely go with it. I may or may not wear it anyway. I'm going out again on Tuesday. Another Christmas dinner. I'll be sick of Christmas dinners and a bit, won't I? And one day next week, we're going to go out. Instead of going to the cafe, we're going to try and go somewhere different to have a bit of something to eat. Not a Christmas dinner per se, but the cafe menu is a little bit limited, so we're getting a bit fed up of what they have. So we fancied going somewhere different. So we'll see what we can see. But obviously not too far, because 2 of us are on mobility scooters, and we don't want to be travelling miles and miles in this cold weather. A bit cold. I'm just one of them. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Rosie woke me up this morning barking. I was quite upset because I was driving a white GTI. And I was with Billy Connolly, of all people. Why Billy Connolly? I don't know. Billy Connolly was in the back with my son and my daughter-in-law and one of his friends. And I'm saying, but I don't have a driver's license. I shouldn't be driving this. And my son's saying, well, we've all had a drink. So they can't take the license off you if you haven't got one. So just pay the fine, mother, and keep driving. Anyway, Rosie woke me up, so. So I'm sorry, Billy. I couldn't finish up driving you because Rosie woke me up. I don't know where we were going. But I was going, oh, I don't want to drive it. Why it was a white GTI, I have no idea. But any news on my scooter? No, and I don't think I will until after Christmas. I think he's trying to get me to keep it for 3 months before he, can legitimately say I don't like it. Yeah. It's not moved. It's stuck outside. It was a dream. I was driving Billy Connolly and his friend and my son and my daughter-in-law. As I said, I was driving because they weren't drunk, but they'd all had a drink. Me, who doesn't even have a driver's license anymore, was driving. And as my son said, well, they can't take the driving license off you because you don't have one. Keep on driving, mother. And then the Amazon delivery man came very, very early and woke me up. And, well, he didn't wake me up, it was Rosie. It woke me up barking. So sorry, Billy, I don't know where we were going. And I'll never find out now. I don't know why it was Billy Connolly. I hadn't even seen him on the TV. I hadn't been thinking about him or anything like that. So why he sprung into my mind, I don't know. Usually my dreams have got some kind of a tagline, it's something that I've been doing or something that I've been watching or listening to. But I don't know where he came from because I hadn't even been thinking about him. Oh, you know, who knows? My dreams are always a little bit far fetched, but they're always quite feasible. I don't have mad, mad dreams where they're just really, really stupid. I have dreams of like things that could technically sort of happen. I have dreams where I am places, I have dreams where I'm with people. A lot of my dreams centre around my parents, but I'm always young. Whether it's because I'm going back to a time where I was very happy. I'm always not married, I'm always no children. And my mum and dad are very much alive in my dreams. So I think that's where I must be. I'm always going back to a happier time or something like that. Oh, you're going to put the kettle on, right? Well, I've got mine, so you're all right. You just get your Chris. So. Everybody get a coffee. Everybody got a drink. I mean, it's Christmas. You're allowed to have an alcoholic one if you want. I've got an alcoholic one over there. Actually, I've been buying a bottle each week when I've gone shopping. So I've got quite a little selection, which is quite funny because I barely drink. But if I leave it where everybody else is, I'm not being mean, not being awful, but it may get offered all around the family. I don't mind if I am offering it all around the family, but I don't want to go when I fancy a drink and find that it's gone around the family, if you know what I mean. So I've put it in here. So if you're looking at my video, you might think, my God, she's alcoholic because she's got these bottles in the background. But they're in there for a purpose. They're mine. I know it sounds very mean, but they are mine. And as long as it's Christmas and family is around, they're staying mine. Yeah. I like to have a choice of alcohol. I have a drink maybe once a week, in that. But I like to have a choice. I like to go and know that there's whiskey there, there's brandy there, there's whatever. So at the moment, there's no brandy, there's no whiskey. So I need those two things. Plus, I need, obviously the mixers to go with them. Yeah. Oh, you're always dreaming. You're too many. Yeah, yeah. I was always dreaming I was late. I was going to miss something like a bus, a plane, a train, or something. Yeah, I was always dreaming I was late. Hmm, got a tag hanging out. Yeah, I have had dreams where I've been back at work and they've been piling work on my desk and piling more work on me. And I couldn't cope. But I mean, I've long since left work, so I don't know why I've been having these dreams. Sometimes where they're putting more and more and more. It's like the cartoon where they put more and more and more paperwork on your desk. And I'm saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I haven't got time yet. I have those kind of dreams sometimes. I'm just we were talking about dreams the other day. What were we dreaming about? Oh, I can't think. Oh, I know what it was. It was about not being able to find a toilet in your dreams. You're going round searching and you can't find one, or the ones you find out working. There's a meaning to that. My friend did look it up. It's something about you can't let go of something. I don't know. Well, it's probably as well you don't let go until you're in bed. But no, I used to dream a lot that I was flying for some reason, or I was dropping. I used to have the falling dream a lot. I don't know whether anybody else did. Where you fall. You can feel yourself. Luckily, you don't hit anything. Somebody did rather macabrely say that if you did hit the bottom, that meant you were dead, and I hope that wasn't true, because I had loads of dreams I was falling. I'd fall out of an aeroplane, I'd fall off a cliff, I'd fall over, I'd lean over something and fall over. Because I can't stand heights. I'm really, really scared of heights. When I go in an aeroplane, I can never go on the window seat. I always have to go on the aisle so that I can pretend I'm in a bus or something. I can pretend it's not I'm not flying. I can't look out the window. No, no, can't. When people say, "Oh, look down there," there's oh no, no, no. And I couldn't go up the Eiffel Tower. I couldn't do that. And I once went up Blackpool Tower many, many years ago when I was very, very young. I went up, got out of the lift, went like that, got back in the lift and went back down again. Left everybody else that was with up the top. When they came down, I was at the bottom sitting on a chair. I said, nope, don't want to look. And I don't like when you go on holiday and they give you an apartment like on the 11th floor or something. Oh, Lord. And they've got balconies. No, no. I always have this feeling that the balcony, I'm going to get the one balcony, something's wrong with the concrete, and it'll fall down. No. And as for things with glass, have you ever been on anywhere where you have to walk over glass and it's up high? No, no. And I don't like those infinity swimming pools either. Where they go to the edge and it looks as though you're just dropping off the end. I like to see a walkway around my swimming pool. I like to see the end. I don't want to swim up the edge and peek over the top. No, no. Infinity pools are not my thing. No. Yeah, I sometimes dream about water. I used to have a recurrent dream about a big ball of string. Don't know why. I'd be winding this big ball of string, almost like, you have a ball of yarn, wool, and you're winding it, it never ends. Although this was long before it wasn't when I was into knitting, I was young. But I'd be winding up this big ball of string. And I never got to the end of this ball of string. I'd wake up before I got to the end of the ball of string. And it would be massive, this ball. I'd be winding it and winding it, winding it, getting bigger and bigger. Quite what that was about, I don't know. I haven't looked up the meaning of winding up a ball of string. Yeah. Oh, Michelle, you're working on a beaded shawl. That sounds rather glamorous. Is it for yourself or is it a present? One of those presents. Yeah. Beaded. I've never actually done it. I've always seen how you do it. You thread your beads on and do it, but I've never actually ever tried. You know, I've seen people do very intricate knitting patterns with beads and everything. Little teeny weeny little beads. And I've always thought, oh, how interesting, but I've never actually done them, yeah. Yeah, I got my magazine today. I don't know why I bothered. Inside Crochet it was. I thought I would like the sweater on the front cover, but I didn't when I come to look at it because it's got dolman sleeves like, and it was only like sleeves to there, which I don't like. I have to have sleeves down here, keep my arms warm. So, hi Lydia. Oh, you're very clever, Nana Michelle. Still sounds rather clever, that. I've seen it done. I'm very, I know people say, oh, Jan, you crochet such a lot, you do this. I do crochet certain things, but there's other things I tend to look at them and think, it's a bit beyond your brain power, that. Just don't go there, you know, you're on a hide into nowhere. Yeah? It's like those books I got by Janie Crowfoot, is she called, or Jamie Crow. I sent them to my friend in Scotland. She's done the Persian tiles. And I mean, I got carried away. I went to Skipton, you know, the, what do you call it, yarn festival. And I saw the stall. She was there, Janie Crow was there, and her mum was there. And they had these beautiful, beautiful blankets, you know. And, you know, you go in a haze when you're in these, like, knitting shows, and you think, oh, they're lovely. I could do those. Oh, they're very pretty. I'll have both of the books. Come home and think, what was I thinking about? They are way, way out of my league. They are way beyond me at all. So I sent them to my friend in Scotland. I'm hoping that she'll be able to use them, yeah. I'm sure it is, Nellie Michelle, but you're talking to the dumbest of the dumb here, you know, the old, I think between there and there is cotton wool now. It used to be brains, but I think it's full of cotton wool or something now. I have these high ideas. I look at things and think, oh yeah, I'd love to make that. I'd love to do that. And then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I think, Janet, you're punching above your weight here. Just leave it alone. I know my limitations. At one time, I would have tackled anything. At one time, I would have never let a pattern beat me. People used to come into the shop when they couldn't do something, and they used to say, I don't understand this. And I'm like, oh, give it here, give it here. And I always used to fathom it out for them, yeah. Now, it'd be me going in saying, I don't understand this. Can you fathom it out for me? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's if you don't use your brain cells, you lose them. Or if you concentrate on doing easier crocheting, you lose the ability to do the fancy dancy stuff. I mean, I used to do fancy pattern, you know, with 30 rows of different patterns. I used to do charts. I used to do, and now I'm like, don't think so. You know, it's kind of become hard work, and I've got lazy. I'll openly admit I'm lazy. Hi, Pauline, how are you doing? I've got lazy. I just stick with what I know. I just stick to easy, you know. Anything beyond easy. But then, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you crochet or you knit to please yourself, don't you? You crochet because you want to. You crochet because you like what you're doing, gives you pleasure. And I think if you start crocheting something and it's not giving you pleasure, or if you start knitting something and it's not giving you pleasure, you know, it becomes a chore. And I think that's when you should just say, no, no. Unless you're forced to do it by for some reason or another. That's another reason why I've stopped crocheting for people, because it became a chore. It became I was crocheting what they wanted, not me crocheting what I wanted. Yeah. So yeah, I decided to become extremely selfish and a crabby old woman and just do what I want to do. Yeah. You're entitled to get crabby as you get older, aren't you? You're entitled to speak your mind and say what you think. You spend years of your life, don't you, behaving the way everybody wants you to behave, speaking the way that people want you to speak. And when you're in work, buttoning everything up that you want to say because you can't. And even when you're in a marriage like I had, keeping your mouth shut, not saying what you want to say. And it comes a time in your life when you get to sort of like my age when you think, what the heck? What the heck? Why should I be, you know, to everybody? No, no. Yeah, it becomes a job, doesn't it, Nana Michelle? Yeah, people were asking me for things I didn't want to do, and they were always huge sizes. I'm not being rude to anybody who's fluffy, but they were more than fluffy. They were fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. And it just put me off. Um, I just wanted to crochet smaller things, yeah. Hi, Connie, how are you doing? So I've been really off my crochet. I've been trying my hardest. Hi, Shad, how are you doing? You've been really missed. We have mentioned you every week. We say, how's Shad? Where is he? We want to see your tiny house. Have you moved in it? What's it like? Has it got all its mod cons? We're all interested, Shad. And is it warm enough? I mean, if it's cold over there, you're not got snow or anything, have you? We don't want you holed up in your tiny house, keeping the snow away from the front door. See, I even said, Shad never asked me about my beads, and here I am. So you have been missed, my dear. You have been missed. As I was saying before Shad came in, I am vaguely trying. I hate this colour. It is the most vile shade of yellow ever imaginable. I don't mind lemon, but this is verging on the vile. Yeah. So I made a headband, and I've made mittens, and now I'm on the cowl. I've nearly finished it. You're in your tiny house. Oh, come on, describe it. We can't see pictures because you're not on Facebook, which is quite a pity. So tell us what it is like, your tiny house. Is it all on one level? Or do you have to climb up to your bedroom? Do you have a little bathroom? Do you have everything you need in there? I'm intrigued. Sure, we all are intrigued. Oh, hi, Melly. We're all intrigued, Chad. We want to know. Give us a visual. Well, you can't give us a visual tour, can you? Give us a virtual tour then. A descriptive tour. As you're going through the doorway, what is on your right? What is on your left? We're all nosy. We want to know, Shad. Especially Chris, who would love a little tiny house of his own. I'm sure Chris is very interested to have your description of your tiny house. I would need two tiny houses, one for me and one for me wool. Yeah. If I could have two side by side with a link between in case it was raining or snowing. Yeah. A walkway. A bit like Jill with her she shed. She's got a walk through from her house to the shed so she doesn't have to go out in the cold. Yeah. I've been wanting to go out to my shed all week, but it's been a bit chilly or it's been wet. Yeah. As you know, I watch the Crochet Crowd. I watch Tracy and the Crochet Crowd, and she's supposed to be putting the door on her tiny, not her tiny house, her she shed today. She's moved a lot of her wool in there, but like me, she has discovered she has more wool and not enough shed. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen when she was saying how big it was, and I said to her, no matter how big it is, you won't have room for all your wool, and she doesn't. We always underestimate the size of our. Oh gosh, here we go. Oh God, we're scared to put the heating on. We really are. I've put the heating on today, and you're worried because you've put it on. You're worried, but you are. Oh, you've had to pack your wool away. Oh, just before Christmas as well. Still, it's not sad if you're moving. It's not. That's a good thing, isn't it? It's sad when you have to pack it away because I had to do that and I had to put it all into storage and just leave myself a little bit. But of course, the house sale went on and went on and went on and went on. And then when we finally moved, the shed went on, went on, went on. So, it was a bit disheartening because everything I wanted was all packed away, because it lingered on as they do house sales, unfortunately. They do linger on in the UK. Um, my sister-in-law's going through it at the minute. She's moving to London. And the house sale is allegedly going through, but of course, there's always wait. I don't know what the solicitors do in the UK. They really mess about. They take months and months to do everything. And of course, it's Christmas and New Year. They'll use the holidays as an excuse. With us, it was COVID. They said it was COVID that was holding everything up. Oh dear, I don't see what COVID had to do with paperwork, but hello, yeah. I mean, the National Health over here is still struggling because of COVID, and the doctors are still not seeing people over here. You know, this COVID's got a lot to answer for. One of my friends has got COVID, and we went out together on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah. But luckily, she was at the opposite end of the table to me. So I didn't actually come in breathing contact with her, if you know what I mean. So I just hope she's not giving it to anybody. She's hoping she'll be fit for to come to the dinner on um, Tuesday, because we're going out again on Tuesday. So she's hoping to be fit for that. I hope nobody else gets it. I had to struggle for a lift last Wednesday because the girl who was taking me, she finished up in hospital. Not with the flu. She finished up in hospital. Mm. You're having a lot of flu. Yeah, I think it's difficult to distinguish, isn't it, between flu and COVID unless you do the test. Because, I mean, the girl who's got the COVID at the moment, she's had 5 injections. So you just, unless you test for COVID, the flu is very much like COVID, isn't it? If you only get it mildly. A bad case of flu is like mild COVID, really, isn't it? So I hope I don't get it. I've turned down my 4th injection so far. They keep trying to make me have it, but yeah. We had a bit of a stomach bug. I thought it was my IBS a couple of weeks back. I was blaming something I'd eaten, but then my son got it and we hadn't eaten the same thing. So, and then I heard of another friend who had it, so I think it was a bug. I don't think it was my IBS. I think it was a gastric bug that was going around. Oh, I've got one going, and the other one wandering around. Well, when I had the COVID, I had it right at the very, very beginning. Is it 2018, 19? I was ill for, I was in bed for 3 weeks. And then I was sick. What do you want, Rosie? What do you want, darling? What wee? Yeah, okay. Rosie wants to wee, excuse me. Do you want wee-wees? Come on then. Come on then, I'll take you out. Yeah, good girl, so tell me. Good girl. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, darling. Come on, Trixie, you can come as well. You come too. Let's get the lights on. Come on, darlings. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Off we go. Come on, Trixie. Come on, Trixie. You go out too. Right, they're both outside. I must remember to go and get them in a couple of minutes. Can't leave them. I've put them out, both of them. They can't go anywhere, yeah. Oh. Fractured vertebrae and everybody coughing. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear. Must be painful, that, a fractured vertebrae. Oh, dear. Did you break the cup? Did you break the cup, Chris? Hope you didn't smash it up. Yeah, my doggies are outside, so don't let me forget them. Mind you, Rosie will bark when she's had enough, but Trixie doesn't like being out in the cold, yeah. Hi, Isaac, how you doing? Yeah. So they're outside at the moment. I'll say that for Rosie. Rosie tells me when she wants to go out. Yeah, she's a very good girl, yeah. Yeah, I'm well, thank you, Isaac, yes. Everybody seems to be struck with flu and everything, but touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. A horse kicked her. Oh, dearie me, Denise. These horses have got a lot to answer for. They're too big for me. They're like up there, aren't they, somewhere? Like, I've never, some girls are into horses and stuff, aren't they? Not me, no. They're too big. A Shire horse stood on my foot once, but luckily I was in mud and he just pressed, or he or she, it was he, pressed my foot down into the mud. Otherwise, I would have had a very badly broken foot. He didn't mean to step on me. He just stepped right on my foot. Yeah. So luckily, it had been raining very hard and the mud was very squelchy. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been a very nasty outcome. It wouldn't have been broken my foot. It would have been flattened. They're big things, those horses. Big Shire horse. We went to she's my late sister-in-law. It was my ex-husband's sister. She died quite young, sadly. And they were in the next field, and she's like, come and have a look at the horses. Come and have a look at the horses. So I was a bit too close to the horse, yeah. Yeah, we want Shab to do some pictures, or at least tell us what it's like. Give us a description. I know he doesn't do Facebook, so it's a bit hard for him to show us pictures, isn't it? But, if he described it, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, 20 horse. Oh, You see, I'm not a lover of, I mean, they're beautiful animals, don't get me wrong. I think they are beautiful animals. But I've never had the urge to sort of go riding or anything like that. I don't mind patting them on the nose if they're, in a field somewhere, or even giving them an apple if I'm allowed to. Obviously, you don't give strange horses apples or anything. You always ask the owner. But that's about as close as I've been. I've been on a donkey once, but that was a long, long time ago. Right, I suppose I'd better go and see if my animals want to come in again. It's a bit cold to leave them out there. I'll go and find where they are. I know that Trixie will be ready to come in, but whether Rosie will, I don't know. I shall have a look. She'll be back in a moment, but I've got to go to the back door. Oh dear. They were waiting by the door. They were waiting to come in. I don't blame them either because it's cold. Hello, little girlie. There we go. Look, we've got a little girl. Got a little girlie there. And we've got another little girlie down here, but you can't see her too well because she's so dark coloured. There she goes. There she was. There she's gone. There's Trixie. There's our Trixie. Hopefully, they won't need another wee for a while. Oh, I'm out of puff. I'm out of puff. Yeah, hopefully they'll settle down now. They've both been out for a while. No, I don't know. You've got the ears of this one here. She thinks I've got food. I haven't, but, well, I do actually, but I've not got it open. She thinks I've got food, so she's my very best friend at the moment because she's very much ruled by her stomach. Is our Trixie. You train Trixie with food. Oh, you camera hog. You camera hog. Hmm? Everybody's looking at you. Yes. Everybody's looking at you. They're looking for mum and dad. They think they're coming back soon, but they're not. They're not coming back till tomorrow lunchtime because they've gone to a concert. And of course, they want a drink, and they won't drive, obviously, when they've had a drink. So they stay the night. You and oh, you can have her. You can have her, can't we? Smelly bum. You're a smelly bum, aren't you? Aren't you? Smelly bum. He's staring me out. Look at that face. I'm glad she's facing me and not the other way around because she's just evil. Yeah, her little toots are very evil. Evil, evil, yeah. You would think she was a Great Dane by the amount of methane that expels out of her bottom. Yeah. So, you would think tiny tum, wouldn't you? Tiny tummy, little poots, but no, no. Yes, I've not been to the shed for days. It's so cold, isn't it? I need a covered walkway and central heating in my shed. Hi, Rick. How are you doing? I'm just a fair weather. I just should be in a warmer climate. I really should. I shouldn't be here in the UK. Well, not in the winter. I should win the lottery and be able to have a villa somewhere warm. Oh, couldn't we? I don't follow the football, so I don't know. No doubt there'll be a lot of sad faces today, but or tomorrow as well. But I don't follow football. My ex-husband put me off football for life because he would watch any football, any sport, anywhere, anything. It didn't matter if he didn't understand it, he would still watch it. And I'm going back to when I was first married and we only had one TV. So I was force fed football and other sports and golf and cricket and anything you care to mention. He didn't watch horse racing, that I'm glad about. He watched show jumping, but not horse racing. Oh, he watched snooker as well. I forgot about that. So I was force fed one telly. And then he used to say, why do you spend an hour in the bath? Because we had a bath back in the days. Why do you spend an hour with your book in the bath? Why do you go up there? Or why do you go in the dining room with your book? Because I don't want to watch football. The bathroom was great because I could shut the door and I couldn't hear the football. Dining room, not so good because I could still hear him going, yeah, yeah. I used to say, why don't you go to the pub? Now, in those days, they didn't watch it in the pub so much. It wasn't all this widescreen stuff in the pubs, where everybody goes and watches it. Oh, your internet not working well. You'll have to get one of them little booster things, whatever they get. I'm not very good with internet, so I don't know, Shad. But one of them little booster doobies, whatever they're called. Somebody help me here. What are they called? To boost his signal for his internet. It's not you got a hotspot. Somebody tell me what Shad needs to boost his signal because I've forgotten. I know you buy them, don't you? And you put them, you boost your signal up. Could do with one here actually. Earlier on today, I only had two bars or whatever you call them, two lights, and I should have had four. I only had two lights. I didn't know whether I'd be able to upload my YouTube at all. Yeah, because sometimes it's just buffering, buffering, buffering. So we want you to, being as you can't send us any photos, Shad, we need you to describe your new place. Because otherwise there's no other way we're going to see it. You're going to check on the dinner. What we're having today, Melly? What you making for us all? You having anything nice? Oh, good evening, Susan. Are you feeling any better? Susan's been proper poorly. She's been in hospital. She missed the Christmas dinner. She missed her Christmas pudding and everything. Yeah. Potato chips with onion dip for your tea. Mm. You beat the Sheraton on Wednesday. Good show. Good show. Lindsay's got COVID, Susan. So she's hoping to be better for Tuesday. When you've got the sleeve width, you just go round and round, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like your Secret Santa. Did you guess it was from me? Yeah, I just tack the sleeves together. I don't sew them together properly. And then I do a bit more on like the back and the front. Hey, Jill. Your seams are like at the top of the L shape. That's your seam at the top. If you get confused, have a look on YouTube. There's some fantastic videos on YouTube for the campfire cardigans and that. It's a bit difficult for me to show you without showing you, if you know what I mean. I did mine from different ones. How's your dad doing, Jill? Is he okay? Doing okay? You want to buy a nice, chunky, colourful jumper or a cardigan? Woo! I'm sure you could make one, Susan. You're very good at crochet. Val spoiled her. She steamed the bottom of it. And it's gone all baggy and out of shape because it's acrylic. So she's a bit upset with herself. An antenna, is that what it is that Shad needs to get? An antenna. It is cold. I've got the heating on, but shh, don't tell the family they've gone out yet. Yeah, well, yeah, it is if you on his own. Has he not got a little dog or anything to keep him company, a cat or something, Jill, to keep him company? I mean, I'm lucky, really. I share the dogs and, you know. I mean, when I lived on my own, I had my dog and I used to look after Gigi, if you remember. Animals are a great comfort if you're on your own. You know, it's somebody to talk to, even if they don't understand you. I used to have long conversations with Buster. And he used to, put his head on one side as if he was really listening, Gigi, not so much so. Gigi used to put up with me talking to him, but Buster used to understand me. I'm sure he did, yeah. Oh, I'm sure he would. He would love something to keep him company. If I was on my own, though, without these two, I think I would have a cat, actually. Your dog talks too, does he, Susan? Yeah. Because I can't walk a dog, I would either have to have a tiny one, that I could take on the scooter and walk a little bit, or I would have a cat. Yeah. I would love a chihuahua. I really would love a chihuahua. But my son hates them, so he won't let me have them. They're just the right size, aren't they, for cuddle bunnies, yeah. I mean, you would think that Trixie's the right size, but she's so hefty, she hurts. She's got legs that, she bruises all the top of my legs when she's boom, boom, boom all over me. Yeah, I love cats. I do love cats, but my son doesn't. My son does not like cats. Yeah, I'd be one of those old ladies with a load of cats, yeah. Cats are independent, aren't they? They don't give a hoot. You have a lazy Staffy. My Buster got a bit lazy, but it was because he was elderly and his back legs went a bit, you know. Oh, don't get a French Bulldog, whatever you do, Jill. The pains in the bottom, literally pains in the bottom, because they won't be trained. They just pee where they want and worse. I mean, I've been putting her out every hour on the hour and she'll still pee somewhere tonight because she's a little madam. You know, oh, I'm still trying to finish this. I hate this yellow. It's horrible. And that's a vile colour of yellow. It actually looks nicer on camera than it does. It's really a vile shade of yellow. It's it's awful. Yeah, I just would love a chihuahua. I just would. I don't like anything you've got to brush or look after too much. Have you still got stuff? I haven't put anything on Etsy at the moment, Sue, because I haven't been in the shed. Um, no, I've got stuff on Etsy. Yeah, sorry, I'm leaving it there until it runs out, and then I'm not renewing it. Yeah, it is. It's like taxi cab, like that taxi. What's he called when Danny DeVito was in Taxi? Yeah, it's like that colour. I haven't got sorted out any more wool yet to go on eBay, Susan, because it's been too cold to go in the shed. And in any case, if I put it on eBay, we've got all these postal strikes over here. And, you know, if people want things for Christmas, they're just not going to be, um, just not going to get them, are they? Because of the postal strikes, yeah. Oh, oh, the knives not up, not undo, not. Uh, you tried to get on Facebook. Where do I go from there? I'm the poor one to ask, Shad. I'm not very technically minded. Yeah, I'm not very technically minded. How I do my own is more by fluke than good manners, yeah. Hi, Jane. I'm just not. I wish I was. If I was technically minded, I'd be on TikTok, I'd be on all these things. I'd have my own web page, I'd be a whiz, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm just quite rubbish, actually. I could do with a course, but they don't seem to have them, you know, on learning how to do these sort of things, learning how to do videos, learning how to edit. TikTok might be banned. Ah, well, yeah. I doubt I'll ever get on TikTok anyway. You're quite safe, Rick. Yeah, I can't edit. I can't even join two videos together. And my camera was the new camera wasn't charged up. The old camera, um, I made a whole video, then it just went off and it didn't even store it. So I had to do it all over again. So that's why the second video was more rushed, because when you do it the second time, you're not quite as enthusiastic as you were the first time. So yeah, it's got links to CCP. Oh, I don't know what that is. You know what I'm like, Rick. You know, technologically dumb. You know. Each has got its own page. Swipe sideways, upload shot. Oh dear. I did look at the short videos and I didn't even understand them. I think you've understood them because you've made some, but I don't understand them. I tell you, I am so dumb. I should really get somebody. The Chinese government. Ah, see, right. I should get somebody to come and show me how all these things are done. Probably some 10-year-old boy would probably be a good idea. Or even a 5-year-old. They seem to know exactly what to do, don't they? I did try and get my friend's little boy to show me, but he's on Apple. So he only understands that, how to do things on Apple, and now he's got these smartphones and stuff, and I don't have all that sort of stuff. I need somebody more old school to show me what to do. These online courses are no good because they don't deal with exactly what I want, and I can't follow them on YouTube. It's no good telling me because I can't. Oh, when does this cowl ever end? Where do you go on Facebook to show you pictures of the house? Well, when you're on Facebook, you go on your page, and it tells you, do you want to make a comment? And on the comment, there's little ads and stuff that shows you how to add a photograph. Apparently, it's something to do with them being linked to the Chinese government, Jane. I don't understand it myself because, you know me, technologically dumb is me. I need to get me drink. It's in the cabinet. Excuse me. Well, how to nut everything. Oh, gosh, this is awkward. Oh, that was awkward. It was in the cabinet. I forgot to reach it out. Yeah, it's politics. I don't understand politics, I don't. And I try not to understand politics. Oh, gosh, that's not nice, is it? Too bright. I try not to get involved in politics, otherwise I get really angry and upset. And so I decided to just leave it alone. I don't like getting upset. When I was younger, I used to be, oh, what did they do this for? Why did they do that? But now I think, I'm old enough to realise that nothing ever changes. Doesn't matter who they are, what they say, it never gets done. It's all a load of baloney, to put it politely. They say whatever they want, so they get in power, and then they do exactly the opposite. So, after living 77 years, you discover that they're all the blooming same. When I was younger, I had hope that things were going to change, that whichever way I voted would make a difference, Women suffragettes have died so you could have a vote, so go and use it, and then you realise it doesn't make the slightest bit of blooming difference. I'm going to eat my crisps instead. All my lives are posted and they have my own page. Oh, there you are. If you could remember which live I spoke. I'm going to eat my crisps or my chips or whatever you want to call them. They're crisps in the UK, chips in the US. Don't ask me why. I don't know what you call chips actually in the US because it's not French fries. French fries are skinny little things. I don't get politics anymore. It's like when I watch it and listen to it, it's like my brain hurts. I mean, John came on the other day, John from Ireland, and he said to me, hello, it's quite late at night. I said, hello, John, I'm just going to bed. And he said, I'm not, I'm watching politics. And I'm thinking, oh, dear. Yeah, when you kept saying you were having biscuits with gravy, I had visions of, like cookies with brown meat gravy on them. And I'm thinking, what an odd thing for them to eat. I mean, I'm going back donkey's years before Facebook when I used to be reading American books. I try not to think about it, Chris. I really try not to think about politics and what's going on. If you think about it all the time, you would get so depressed. Listening to the news is bad enough, you know. I tend to only read local news, you know, like Manchester Airport's closed, or it was, because of ice and snow. That's the type of, oh, there's been an accident on the motorway nearby me. That's the kind of news I watch now. It is the world we live in, and it's a sad place. Yeah, I tend to live in a bit of a bubble, Chris. I really do. You know, I'm not being morbid, but when you get to my age and you're thinking, how much longer do I have? I'd rather enjoy the time I have left than worry about what's going on in the rest of the world, you know. I know it's, like you say, living in a bubble, but hey. Yeah, the news latches onto one subject, doesn't it? And then they do it to death while you're absolutely sick of this particular piece of news. And it's like every time you turn the news on, it's this one particular thing that happens to be the flavour of the week or the flavour of the month. And they hammer on it, hammer on it, hammer on it. And you're like, oh, for goodness sake, there must be all the news in the world. Mm, it is all fear. That's what the papers and the news thrive on, isn't it? Fear and sensationalism, yeah. Oh, I don't know what film it is, actually. I don't, yeah. I don't watch films, yeah. They always used to finish up the news with one good news item, didn't they? But they don't. They always used to tell you all the bad bits, and then you say, and the good news, there's been a little baby panda born, or something or other, yeah. Yeah, there should be good news, yeah. Well, I've not seen that, Rick. Yeah, I like my little bubble, my little family, my little world, my little crochet, my little area. I know it sounds trite, it sounds insular, it sounds whatever, but, you know, it's whatever makes you happy. You know, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, there's so many diseases, there's so many bits. And, well, look out for it in the UK. Maybe they should have released it in the UK first before they did it in the US. But sometimes you find the critics will pan a film and say it's terrible, it's awful, and it'll be a box office success. I mean, there's been lots of films over the years that the critics have absolutely panned and thought they were terrible and dreadful, and yet they've been real money spinners for whoever's made them. No, it could be. It could be a terrible film. I don't know. I've not seen it. I reserve my judgment, Rick, until I've actually seen the thing. I'm sick of all these war movies and horror movies and God knows what movies. I'm fed up with them. You know, it's not booming and banging, or it's not sci-fi, or it's not scaring people to death. I just don't like modern films. Most of the modern films, I just don't like them. I don't know whether I've seen that one. Got a dog between my legs. She thinks I'm going to drop some crisps. Oh yeah, who wants to sit through 3 hours of anything, yeah? No, I'm not into that Superman and all that jazz. All right for the kids, I suppose. I'm not interested in a lot of modern movies, to be quite honest. Yeah, we'll stick with Last of the Summer Wine. I just don't like films that make you go in your seat. I don't like them. My era of films was Seven Brides for Seven Brothers and Calamity Jane. They were my era of films, yeah. And some like it hot. I'd rather watch real life things like on the television than watch a scary film. No, my films were mostly 50s, 60s, even a few of the 70s, but then it started getting. I mean, I won't pay for stuff. I've just got my free view. I don't pay for Sky, Netflix, BritBox, any of that junk. I don't want to watch films and box sets and stuff. I don't want to watch them. I'm not interested. Oh, I know. She died after a fall. I wonder what happened. She banged her head. It's a bit like Cilla Black. She died after having a fall, didn't she? But it makes you wonder, why did they fall? Did they have a stroke or something? Oh, Dr. Zhivago. Feels like that, yeah. No, she's not a Carry On. She's Heidi High. Ruth Maddock, yeah. It was a series on TV about a holiday camp in the 50s. No, most of the Carry On actresses sadly have all passed away now. You know, like Barbara Windsor and people like that. I have got snowballs today. I don't know what is in snowballs. Cadbury milk chocolate with micro mini snowball pieces. Now, what are the snowballs made out of? I don't know. I'm just hoping they're not coconut or anything like that. Because if they're coconut, I won't like them. Let me get my magnifying glass out. Because it always writes the ingredients in titchy witchy writing that I can't read. Let me look at ingredients. Milk chocolate with snowballs. What are your snowballs made of? Ingredients: sugar, cocoa, butter, vegetable fats, palm sugar, whole milk powder. It doesn't mention anything to do with coconut, so we're all right. Rice starch. Oh, sorry, I read all this now. Maize. Fresh liquid milk. Oh, lardy blah. At least it says no coconut anyway. Oh, you added a few rows. Is it not quite big enough, Jill? I like mine to tuck in. I have an ordinary size double bed. I don't know what you call them in America. But I have a king size duvet and a king size cover. I like everything to tuck in. No, it's not got any corn syrup in. It doesn't mention that. It's vegetable fats. Yeah. No, our chocolate and stuff doesn't tend to have corn oil in anything, thankfully. Yeah. Oops, they've got a king size bed. I don't know how they fit it in because upstairs is a lot smaller than down here. The bed must fill the bedroom. I don't go upstairs because that's their personal space, so I don't know what it's like up there. But I've got a king size duvet, even though I've only got a double size bed. I like to tuck in. I like to be like a sausage roll in my bed. Yeah, I can remember Channel 4. Oh, since when have snowballs been crunchy? Mm-hmm. They've got kind of like a sugar coating around them. You know when you crunch into a Smartie. Well, I hope to see you on Tuesday, Susan. Hope you're there. No, Wednesday, sorry. Not Tuesday. Wednesday. I do watch Channel 4 quite a lot, actually. Mm. I don't know. I like these snowball pieces. They're crunchy. No, she's not going to sleep in a car boot. On a Sunday, her and her friend do car boot sales. I don't know whether you have them in America. Technically, you drive up and you sell things out of the boot of your car. On the TV in the UK at the moment, it's all Christmas films, all schmaltzy Christmas films. You know, boy meets girl, all this jazz. Kiss under the mistletoe. I don't watch any of them. You know, they start off hating each other and then they finish up together. You know, it's that typical, isn't it, Christmas movie? I've never watched My Beautiful Laundrette. I always meant to. Got chocolate everywhere now. Messy girl. I always meant to watch My Beautiful Laundrette. Or you call them the flea markets. They're not markets as such. They're just set up on a field or a car park or somewhere. You just drive up with your car. I think you pay a small fee. Then you open your car boot and you take out your wallpaper table and you set up what you've got to sell. Yeah, ours are outdoors in the summer. But you know, our summers are not that great in the UK. I think the one they do is an indoor one. I've never done one. I've been to one, but never actually done one. I know people have said wanting to do one with the crocheting, but from what I can gather, they want something for nothing. Camera update. Yeah, I got a new camera. I tried to use it today, but it wasn't charged up. Scooter, no update. Yeah, I made a video today with the old camera and it just cut out. And what I'd done hadn't uploaded at all. So I made another one which has uploaded now, but it's more rushed because when you're doing things the second time around, it's like, I've said this before, I've said all this before. So it's not the same as being spontaneous with your first video. Right, that's it. Can't eat any more of that. I don't think I would buy that chocolate again. The snowballs are crunchy. They've got like a hard sugar coating around them. Yeah, I need to charge my new camera up. I think it probably works a bit if I open it. It might switch itself on. Yeah, it did. Ding, welcome. And it says welcome. And it shows me, oh God, you can't see it because it's too bright. That's what it's showing. But it's not showing that it's charged up. It's showing, oh, I don't understand it, but I don't think it's charged up. Oh, ding. Yeah, that's my new camera, which is almost exactly like my old camera, but the brand of the camera, it's only just a generic one. It's called DVC. It's not a branded one. My son asked me, did I want to buy a very expensive branded one or just one that was generic? And I said, as long as it does the job, I don't want a branded one. I'm not paying hundreds of pounds for one. So that's what I got. Just an ordinary. The one I had before just cost me £130 and it lasted me 6 years, so I can't grumble, can I? You haven't had chocolate in 4 months. One of the girls at Knit Club, she gave up chocolate months ago, and she doesn't. She's not eaten it since. I don't. I try not to eat chocolate, but I do like my chocolate bars. On a Saturday night, I do like it. Oh, you're having your dinner. What are you having, Jane? My phone is playing silly beggars at the moment. I think it's got a virus. I took it into a phone camera shop, and they said it wanted putting back to wiping off and putting back to factory settings, but I needed to back it all up or something, and I don't know how to do that. But my step granddaughter, what's she got? Yeah, she's a step granddaughter, isn't she? Um, I think her husband's coming on Boxing Day, and he's a whiz with anything like that. So I'm going to say, there you are, Ross. What do I need to do? And I'm sure he will tell me. So so I'm hoping, because at the moment it won't video anything. It just starts videoing something and just goes. Because my son says to me, "Why don't you use your camera?" Oh, you are. Oh, salad. You are being brave. It's a cold day as well, Jane. Um, yeah, he said, "Why don't you use your phone to video things?" And it videos about 2 or 3 seconds, and then it just goes to this message that says something about an SMS message. But when I took it into the phone shop, they thought it was a virus and that it needed wiping off altogether. So I shall wait. I've waited this long. I'm going to wait for Russell to come and let him have a look at it. Oh, I'm not paying $2,000 for a camera. I don't use it that much. I'm not that great of a camera person. I just use it to point and click at things. As long as it focuses and it does things, I'm not bothered anymore. I'm not paying that kind of money for a camera. If it was my livelihood, if I was dead keen on what kind of photos I took, but I'm not. So an ordinary generic will do for me. I'm not as I said before, I'm not a label girl when it comes to clothing or anything. I don't wear jewelry, as you can see. I'm not a gold person, a diamond person. I'm just not. Yeah. No, I don't do anything like that, as you know. If I was serious about my YouTube and serious about this, serious about that, went in for it in a big way, then maybe I would spend. But just for what I want to do, an ordinary little generic one that just costs maybe 100 and something, fine. That's enough for me. Oh dear. One of the dogs went, "Mm." No, I will never be David Bailey. Point and click. That's all I do. Point, click. But my son did read the specs on this one, and it was quite good, even though it's just a cheaper version. Oh, good grief. Netflix $1 million deal. Yeah, right. As if, as if we'd get one of those. Manny, we're not talking about that, are we? But there's money for jamming to old news, nothing new, boring. That's what people are saying about it. The coat with the 900. Oh, gosh. Well, I was watching Liberties about behind the scenes at Christmas. It wasn't Christmas this year, it was Christmas last year at Liberties in London. And their price tag, like about £300 for a scarf. Yes, how the other half live. Yes. I don't think I would want to spend that. I mean, it's just obscene, some of the money. One woman she was one of these, influencers or something, and she had this ring on her finger. It was so many $1 million, and she was showing it off. Oh, why? I've never really fancied any of those to be a gamer of any description. It's just never interested me. It's probably my age group, isn't it? We weren't brought up with stuff like that, so therefore it's not a necessity to us. My son had a stint of wanting to buy PlayStations and things, but I think he's grown out of it now. He's got other things to do than sit there just playing on a PlayStation. They should get out and enjoy life, sitting in a bedroom playing on a PlayStation. What a lonely existence. Oh, you'd be frightened of going out, wouldn't you? You'd be frightened of leaving it in a cloakroom. I don't know any games, Rick. You're talking to the uninitiated. I don't play games, don't like games. My coordination is off. I tried playing games many, many years back when they were just little pitty patty things, not like they are now. I'm not fast enough. I don't have the coordination, hand to eye, or whatever. I don't even text messages with two hands. Hello, hey, Trev. Hello, my darling. How are you? No, I'm afraid I just don't like gaming in the fact that it takes teenagers away from real life people. They sit in their rooms playing games and they don't have any communication skills. They can't even speak. Some of them are tongue tied. They don't know how to speak to anybody because they haven't learnt any skills. They've no social skills. It's a shame. It's the way of the world, isn't it? They'll use the use of their legs and they'll use the use of their brains or anything. Oh, it might be to your age group, but to me, I find it tough but uninteresting. Hi, Trev, and how are you? Shad's on today. You've not got COVID or flu or anything, have you, Trevor? You're quite hale and healthy. Yeah, Shad's moved in his tiny house. He's got dodgy internet connection at the minute, but he's found a sweet spot. He's found a hot spot. You've got the trots of sick. Oh, you can keep them to yourself, mate. Don't worry them. I had I had that a couple of weeks back. I thought it was me IBS, but it was something else. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Tra la 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 la. Is anybody in the Christmas mood? Because I am not. I'm not. I couldn't feel any less Christmassy. Yeah, I'm really bar humbug this year. I really am. The Christmas tree's still in its box behind me. I haven't even summed up enough energy to open the box. He's travelling to Egypt, getting away for Christmas, is he? I went away one Christmas. I thought it would be a good idea, but It wasn't. It was strange, sitting by the swimming pool in the sunshine when it was Christmas Day. Maybe if I do put the tree up, maybe if I make the effort tomorrow and put the tree up, I might get in the mood. You're going to Japan. You're going to be like the Nolan sisters, be big in Japan. I bet you don't even know who the Nolan sisters are. You're decorating. Easy mittens. There you are, Shad, easy mittens. Initial key rings. Mine's a J. Hint. You can be my secret Santa, like I won't know who it is. My initial is a J. My secret Santa was a beautiful scarf and it was gorgeous and it came from Primark. You would never believe it came from Primark. It was gorgeous. And I got a pair of those furry earmuffs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, when you come home and your ears are ringing and you've gone deaf for about the next 2 days. We did that one time. We wondered why the seats in this particular place were empty, and then we found out why. Oh, it was too near the speakers. Oh, thank you, yeah. Just a little J. I don't ask for a lot, just a little J. It tickled me today. I was listening to Eartha Kitt singing Santa Baby. If you've ever heard it, you know. I just want a little ring and not on the phone. It always makes me smile that, you know. I've been a really good girl, Santa Baby. Oh, one of your nutcracker's arms come off. Can you not glue it back on? Can you not get the Gorilla Glue out and stick it back on again? Think biker gang, but not a biker gang. Hey, there's some nice biker gangs. They're not all horrible. My son's been a biker. They do a lot of good work. They're not all Hell's Angels. They do an awful lot of charity work, biker gangs. And they are the best people if ever there's a catastrophe. They rally round their brothers like nobody's business. If ever there's a disaster with one of them, they just all band together and they. It was one of my son's biker gangs who built my lovely decking at the back of my old house. I mean, yes, I did pay for the wood and everything like that, but that's what they do. You know, they just rally round if anybody needs something and they do it. Yeah, yeah, they get such a bad rep. Yeah, yeah, but Gorilla Glue can still work if it's only a small ornament, Jane. Just get your dab of glue out, stick it back together, do a bit of Blue Peter on it, stick it back plaster and glue. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Irene's got some mates, and you'd look at them, you think, whoa, and yet, they're the nicest guys in the world. Yeah. I mean, there was a little boy across the road from us when he was tiny, and he'd been really, really poorly, and he'd been in hospital, and it was one of those situations where it was ongoing. I don't know whether it was cancer or what it was, but it was ongoing, and he was really bad and everything. And his one thing was he wanted to go pillion on a motorbike. And you know, they all turned up. They turned up, a whole troop of them turned up for this little boy. And they sat him on the back of their bikes, and they got a helmet, and they took him round. I mean, they only took him round the block because, I mean, he wasn't well. But they just took him round the block, and they let him rev up their bikes and everything. And, you know, they were absolutely brilliant with him, yeah. I mean, there's not many people would do that just for a little boy that was ill. I had a photograph of him that I actually gave him to. He's grown up now, he's married with kiddies, but I actually gave them to his mum when I was moving house because I found these photographs of him because I had taken photographs of him with his biker gang, and so I gave them to him when I was moving. I said, I just found these photos. As I said, the little boy's well in his 20s now, got a family of his own. Thankfully, whatever he had, he was cured or whatever. Remission, cured, whatever. I'm getting fed up with this now. I hope it's long enough. I think it's long enough to go around somebody's neck. I shall have a little measure because I'm fed up of doing it now. Yeah, she can wrap it. She can kind of wear it how she wants, can't she? Yeah, I've had enough now. I'm not making it long enough to go around twice. I haven't got enough wool. Maybe if she stretched it, it would. So I've had enough of crochet. I don't want to do anymore. I'm bored. Right, I've finished. I'm not doing any more of it. Snippety snip. Snippety snip. The craft fairs are going rubbish. Nobody's buying anything. My friend's just done one today because I couldn't do it today because I'm looking after the dogs. And she didn't even get a stall. Fair back again. They're just a no-go in the UK. Absolutely no-go. They may be good in certain places. They may be good in America. But over here, they're a load of rubbish. The shop, my Etsy shop, I've just told you I'm absolutely fed up with that. They took so much money off me. I finished up with £26 something out of 60 quid with Etsy. They took the rest of it off me for whatever. Listings and God knows what. And so I am shutting my Etsy shop again, and it's finished. Well, Fleetwood, it's like a ghost town. There's so many shops are closing. All we've got left now are charity shops and stuff. If you want anything decent, you have to go to Blackpool. Yeah. Everybody's interneting, aren't they, these days? Everybody buys online. The craft fairs here are not doing well at all. Well, maybe not in my neck of the woods. Maybe they're okay if you live somewhere posher. But I'm afraid we're very much a deprived area around here. They took 20 odd pound off me for charges and stuff. Then I had to pay VAT, then I had to pay taxes, and then they took my listing fees out. They said they'd given me £36, but when I checked my bank account, they only gave me 26. So I don't know what percentage they're trying to tell me that they're taking from me, but it certainly isn't 12% like they say. Yeah, I sold a little outfit for £20 plus £5 postage. They take the commission, by the way, out of the postage as well. They take their commission out of £25, not £20. So it was £20 plus £5 postage. Out of that £25, they gave me £10.64. And out of that £10.64, I had to pay £5 for the postage. So I got £5.84 for crocheting a 4-piece baby outfit. Well, I don't know how they managed it, but they're not having any more of my money. They're not having any more. I've finished with them now. Yeah, VAT and stuff and everything on it, and I'm like, phew. It's a con. They finished up with more profit than I did, so I'm not. My stuff's still advertised on there, but it's not on a automatic repeat. So once it goes off, it's going off. And I'm not paid anymore. They have had it. I said I wasn't going to open it again after last time. And I was stupid, and I did. I opened it, and it's even worse than it used to be. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they had the cheek to tell me I was charging too much postage in the US when I'd put UK only. I'd put on everything. Sorry, I'm not posting to the US, and they had the cheek to tell me I was charging too much postage for America. Americans expect anything over $36 to be postage free. Huh. So I'm not bothering with eBay. I've got something on it, but I'm not bothering too much because the postage strikes and everything. And they're trying to get me to send things by Every and that, which is about £6. I keep saying I will, Trev. You know what I'm like. I need you up here, Trev. I need you up here. I need you to be my marketing manager. I'm just getting boggled with science, and you know me, I just get so worked up about the whole thing. eBay's gone, yeah. Apparently, they're all using Depop and Vinted and stuff. They're all using that. Yeah, I'm just hopeless. I know I'm hopeless, and I know I should do more. But one of these days, I just want to sell everything up, Trev. I don't want to do it anymore. But I've got so much stuff in the shed. And people keep saying, oh, just donate it to charity. Yeah, yeah. I'm full of tricks like that. So I don't know what I'm going to do in the new year. Just got a shed full of stuff. Move up here, Trev. Sail up here. You can't even sail up here. You could sail to Manchester and I'm not there anymore. Ah, dear. I need someone who would sell it all for me on commission. I know. Can you imagine me on TikTok? All these sweet young things that are about 20, Trev, that can't crochet for toffee, are selling really horribly made items, but just because they've got a fantastic figure and they're about 20 and they say they're fashionable, they're selling anything. Like Santa the Arabs, yeah. Oh, that's why they give you coupons, Lydia, that expire so soon. I believe it's the same with people like Joanne's, although we don't have them over here. Right, let's darn the ending, and then I've finished this vile shade of yellow. I haven't been back singing since I bought a t-shirt. I've got a t-shirt and I've got a flimsy fleece, but it's blooming freezing. Trevor, I need you to give me lessons. I'm hopeless. You know I am hopeless. Absolutely. You talk to me and it's like, ah, my eyes glaze over. I just don't want to be in it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. I just want to sell what I've got to sell. And I've done. I was going to put some of my wool on eBay because I managed to sell loads of that. It was for less than what I paid for it, but I did sell it. But with the postal strike and that, I don't. And I'm not doing every and all that jazz because I'm never in when they come to collect it. Right, she's got a cowl. She's got a cowl. She's got a cowl. Oh gosh, Trev, I need something. After Christmas, I'm not doing anything now till after Christmas. There we are, finished it. My back seems a bit ucky, but I don't care. She can wear that around the back. There we are, done. Folded it in two. She can wear it doubled up to keep her warm. Horrible colour, yellow. There. I don't know how I'm going to get it to her. She lives at the opposite end of Fleetwood, but I ain't going out in this cold weather. Not for love nor money. I am not going out. It'll ride up we wear. Yeah, it will. It'll ride up we wear. Oh dear. I need to do some granny squares or something. I've got so many part bowls. I've got a cupboard unit here full of part bowls. And I'm not making any more hats. I'm sorry. I know TikTok's hard work. I'm just hopeless. I want some sweet young thing to work on commission that will model all my little things and go ha 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 on TikTok and sell them all for me. That's what I need, Trev. Some nice little gorgeous figured beautiful lady. Except I don't know any. You know, the thought of me in a festival top is enough to make anybody heave. So it won't be me. I do. I need somebody. I need something. In an ideal world, Trev, I would love to work for one of these nice gifty shops, you know, like down in Glastonbury or um, what's it called? Not Bristol. Where my friend goes anyway. Um, you know, where they sell stuff like that. You know, for they can get about £200 for a shawl. I don't mind selling it to them for about 40, and then they could charge whatever they wanted after that. You know, these craft shop places, yeah. Brighton, that's what I mean. My niece said if I was in Brighton, I would sell everything because they have those kind of shops down there. But I'm sadly afraid that Fleetwood is very deprived and nobody buys anything. It's not a charity shop or a cheap shop. It's not in here. You know, they have shops here that sell T-shirts that you can write. You know, you could read, see your underwear through. They're that thin and flimsy. That's the type of shops we have here. Nothing with any class at all. Yeah, that's what I. Being as how I am, when I was younger, I would have done that sort of thing, Trev. I would have been more go-getty and more whatever, and I would have got my suitcase and I would have gone round shop. There's nowhere around here. Nowhere. They're all cheap junk shops around here, I'm afraid. It's a very deprived area. We moved to the wrong place, obviously. What do I make in next? I'm trying to finish off this. I just finished off that thing. I'm still on this, what do you call it? This campfire cardigan I'm still making. And so I went right off it because I've gone off my crocheting, I really have. Everything's a chore to me. Because I'm not selling anything, I'm just feel as though I'm just making things for the sake of making them. Yeah, that's my campfire cardi. I don't even know where I'm up to. No, there I am. Yeah, I'm almost up to joining up for the sleeves. In fact, I might be there already, to be quite honest. If I can get my arm down there, it's done. Yeah, I think that's it as far as that's concerned. I don't know where I'm up to. Can't even find where I'm up to. Ah, there I am. Here I am. Here I am. It kicks off everywhere. I mean, where I am, my little part of the world, it's quite quiet. But if I go into town, or if I go into Blackpool, it all kicks off there. But Blackpool is not a place I care for, care about, bother about. It's not my place. It's all right if you want to go on a hen do or something like that, stag do or something. But apart from that, nah. I don't know where I have to go to finish off. I don't know where. Where do I start? Where do I begin? And so, oh, there. Oh, Blackpool's crap. Honestly, it's awful. I have to go in every now and again because it's the only place you can find a decent shoe shop or to buy anything to wear. But I really don't like the place. People say, oh, you live near Blackpool, you must be there all the time. I'm like, no. I go through it when I go to the hospital, but I really don't care for Blackpool. I miss I miss Prestwich. I really do miss Prestwich. It was more upmarket. If that sounds like I'm a snob, I'm sorry. But it was more upmarket, you know. It had cafes and sort of, you know, bars that were more tasteful, you know, that sold food, and they weren't like a pub, you know. Wine bars more. It was kind of more me. I thought you would have had one by now, Trev. Nice little craft place, you know, like the wool boat. I thought you would have had a little floating craft shop. You know, get a load of crafters together and float up and down the canal, selling your wares, Trev. Yeah, well, there's a floating knitting shop that goes up and down the canals. I think we should get Trevor to open up a craft shop. Then I could send him some of my shawls and things, and he could flutter them out the window of his of his barge. Perhaps Bonnie and Clyde live there, Jane, if the old people live there. Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, the crochet boat. Put in a good word for me with the crochet boat, will you? Ask them, do they want any more crochet? I've got bucketfuls of the stuff. We even tried to get a pop-up shop. There was a few of us wanted to get a pop-up shop on Affinity, or it used to be called Freeport, but they were booked up. And I can't see why, because the shops are still empty. But there was a girl who does candles and all sorts of bits and pieces, and she wanted to know if I would go in with a pop-up shop. And I said, yeah, of course I will. But we couldn't get one. I don't know why I'm making this, because I don't think I'm going to wear it. It's fuzzy and it feels a bit itchy. So I don't think it's going to be one I'm going to be wearing. I can add it to my collection of things that don't sell, can't I? Oh dear. Oh, pity me, I've got to sleep with Trixie tonight. That should be a fun. Not. I finished up sleeping in the recliner all night last time. I had to sleep with her. She tramples all over you, snores in your ear and sits on your head. She's not a joy to sleep with, believe me. So I should be sleeping in the chair again, probably. They wouldn't smash and grab around here. They don't think they do charity shops, do they, Trev? Hi, Irene. Yeah, they don't do smash and grabs in charity shops. No, we don't do subs for subs on here. Well, connect with her, then you two can chat together then. La 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 la. Have you got your Christmas tree up yet, Trev? Mine's still in its box. No, I'm not very Christmassy either. I'm not in the spirit of. I'm not quite bar humbug, but I'm not far from it. Yeah. The tree's been here. My daughter-in-law fetched it down and bunked it in the front room in its box. So I think she was expecting me to put it up, but I'm still not in the mood. I keep saying I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. If the kids come, I don't know whether the kids are coming at Christmas though. I don't think they are, to be honest. I don't think any of the kids are coming at Christmas. Does it not count if it's up in its box? Because that's where mine is. Hang on. There, in its box. Can you see it behind me? That's my Christmas tree, in its box. And the decorations are in that bag there that says only. That's where the decorations are. But my daughter-in-law's as bad. She's not put hers up either. Her Christmas tree's in its box. In, not even got into the conservatory. It's in the room. I don't have the enthusiasm. It's not. I've got the. Well, I've not got the energy either. But I've not got any enthusiasm, Jill. I just haven't. I'm just not feeling the vibe at all. Well, if you move in house, Denise, you won't feel like putting a tree up, will you? I didn't put mine up because we moved on December the 19th. We moved, which was a great time to move, wasn't it? Just right before Christmas. So I didn't put the tree up. Um, yeah, it was a pity we can't have music on here, but you get flagged if you put any music. You know, you could have a bit of Christmas tunes going on in the background, couldn't you? But you can't on here. They flag you for the slightest little bit of music. Reindeer are on, and the elves doing pantomime. There's only one house on the street so far that's got lights up. Next door, but one. They've got blue, like white icicles and blue going around the eaves. And then there's on the next street, there's one that's got like 3 lit up reindeer. But that's about it, really. They're not very festive round here at all. Where I used to live before, they used to put loads of lights up, but then again, there was a lot of small children, so I suppose that makes a difference. I mean, here a lot of ours are elderly; they would be a bit shaky on a ladder anyway. Hi, Tammy. You know, they'd probably fall off the ladder if they went up them. So I suppose we ought to be grateful they're not putting lights up, otherwise we might have the ambulance in the street. Oh, I know some people. I mean, like I watched Tracy Crochet Rocks, and she's got all her presents. Yeah, it's 1 degree C here. It's not minus here. It's 1 degree C here at the minute. Right, I think I'm up for dividing. No, I think that's getting a bit desperate now, Trev, that. You could be a Muslim because they don't celebrate Christmas either, do they? Or Jewish. You could be one of the others. You don't have to be a Jehovah's Witness. Oh, dear. Right, let's see where I want to join and where I don't want to join. I have to think about this now carefully. I shall say this only once. Oh, that's a bit heavy going, isn't it, Shad? A bit heavy going. Anna Karina. Or Karenin or something. I don't know which one I want to be my sleeve. Whether I want my shoulders to stay pink. I don't know. Maybe I should have my shoulder as maroon. I'm trying to decide which bit to link together. Maybe that will be my sleeve. Maybe that will be that could be my sleeve. That could be the top. Yeah, I think that's better. Oh no, I've got a bit of pink, but I don't think it'll matter so much. Yeah, I'll have that as my top. That as my sleeve. Oh dear, what a work of art this is. It's been dark here since about 2:30, actually. Right, now then, I need to do around the back and the front. Yeah. Yeah, I need to go around there, round there, round there. That needs to be my arm. I know I'm very smoky. I don't know why I'm smoky. I'm not smoky. Is that better? You mean a hookah pipe? Maybe I should take that up. I don't know why I'm so foggy. It's this light, I think. Is that any better? Am I not as foggy? Oh dear. I need some pins and I can't be bothered to go and get any. Rocking around the Christmas tree. I'm trying to get in the mood. It's not working. Right, so that's the sleeve. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Have I got any more pins? No, I haven't. Oh, no, got no more pins anywhere. I've got a crochet hook, that might work. I'm just trying to differentiate which is my sleeve top. I'm going to have that as my sleeve top. No, my doggies are quite quiet actually at the moment. If you're talking about my doggies, they're sleeping at the minute. They're sleeping. I just hope they sleep tonight. Rosie sleeps. Rosie's no trouble. Your grandmother's ducks need the bread chewing. Lovely to hear from you, Trev. Don't forget, I need help, dear. I need help. I badly need help, dear. Maybe after Christmas I need help, but I do. You are my go-to man for help. Oh, thanks a lot. I'm sure I will hear from you before Christmas. If not, I will send you a message saying Happy Christmas. Hello, what have I got? I've got a dog rooting and tooting around my feet here. It happens to be a little one, a little pig. That happens to be round my feet, snuffling in case I've dropped any of my crisps, chips, or whatever you want to call them. What are you doing, Snuffle Pig? Oh, gosh. What is she doing? She's trampling all over my feet like a baby elephant. Oh, dear. I'm already fed up of crocheting already. Hello. Here she comes. Here she is. Here she comes. Here she is. Here she comes. Oh, little Trixel. I'm not eating anything, Trixie. No, I'm not eating anything. And I'm not picking you up because you weigh a ton. I know you want to be nest, but you just weigh a ton. Oh, Birmingham. Or Birmingham, as you say in America. She's always ready for a snack, Denise. She's a pig. I think French bulldogs are part of the pig family. I've decided that they are part of the pig family. Oh dear. That's my shoulder. That's my shoulder. That's my sleeve. Right, I'm getting confused. And it doesn't take much to confuse me. Oh, you wouldn't like to drive in the UK. Little windy roads, and we drive on the wrong side. I wouldn't rent a car if I were you. Whatever colour your hair is now, it would be white before you'd finished. We don't have any freeways like you do. Our motorways are tiny. Oh, they're very narrow, yeah. Not as narrow as where I used to live, where you couldn't park opposite each other because there wasn't any room. Yeah, bulldogs are pigs, basically, I think they are. They truffle around and they'll eat anything. I'm really going off my crochet with this, you know. I really am. But I've dedicated myself to I'll actually go round it one time and then I'll know where I'm putting my sleeves. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Oh yeah, our petrol. You'd have a shock when you come over here. Our petrol's about 3 times as much as yours. You never get a third gear around here. Very rare you use fourth. And we have stick shifts, most of the cars. They're not all automatic like they are in America. You'd have to drive a stick shift if you hired one. Or specify you wanted an automatic. Yeah, you'd have a fit at the price of the, the petrol over here. It makes me laugh when people say, oh, it's so much whatever. And I'm like, wait while you get over here, mate. You have to put your hand in your pocket. I'm sure your brother's told you what it's like over here for driving. You'd have to drive very slow. Most of our roads are 30. Some round here are 20. 20 mile an hour, some of the roads here. The motorways are 70. You can't go more than 70 on motorways. So you wouldn't be able to floor anything around here. Yeah, you can only use it a certain length of time. Then you have to have a. Getting a driving test over here is terrible because of the backlog because of COVID. People are having to wait more than 12 months to get an actual driving test, and then even then, you're not guaranteed one in your own like area. Sometimes you have to go miles out your way to get a driving test. Yeah, 50 mile an hour on some of the motorways. Yeah, it's in a built-up area anyway. Yeah, they're 50, 70 in others. I mean, America's used to all no speed limits and whatever. So I think Americans have a real culture shock when they come over here. Tiny little roads and what the heck's going on here? Do you know, little Gigi, as tiny as he was, I never fell over him. Ever fell over him. Yet this one, she's forever under my feet. How I haven't broken anything is a mystery to me because she's like a cat. She winds in and out of your feet like a cat does. She's a nuisance. Rosie never does that. Rosie just jumps on your back and knocks you over. She's so enthusiastic. We have to get down, Rosie, get down, Rosie. All the time. She jumps up. And she's so tall because she's such a a skinny little dog. She's really tall when she stands on her legs. She's up here on me. Yeah. Oh yeah, Americans would have a terrible time driving around here, I think. Mind you, I wouldn't. Oh, I would have hated to have driven in America when you've got a choice of 5 different lanes. Oh, the pubs, yeah. You probably like the pubs. No, in America, I couldn't. I'd never be in the right lane. I'd be petrified. You know, these big 5-lane highways, I'd never know where I was going. I'd be in the wrong lane constantly. You'd never get me out the slow lane. Oh, we have some great pubs in the UK. I will say that for us. And the beer's good here. Although Americans can't understand why it's not icy cold. We don't drink our beer icy cold over here. I like anywhere that's boho, hippie, boho. That's what I like. I think I would like places like Martha's Vineyard and a lot of places like that. Oh, don't know where Rosie is, but she's just shook herself. I heard her collar. Hello, darling. Hello. Where have you been? Where have you been, baby? Where have you been? Hey? Where have you been, my darling girl? You're such a good girl, aren't you, darling? Hey? She's such a good girl, honestly, she is, my Rosie. You don't have a slow lane. Oh, well, technically, they're not slow, medium, and fast over here, but that's what I tend to call them. I always call it the slow lane. It isn't slow, but it's slower than the rest. It's the lane that you find most of the trucks in. The trucks have to stay in the first 2 lanes. They can't go in the fast lane. Then they can't do it. They're governed down. But then you get the idiots that come from abroad that don't think that they should adhere to our rules. They're the ones who usually cause all the accidents. You know, we get the people who don't speak any English. We once had a Polish driver that got stuck over here. He came over and it was Christmas, like just up to Christmas, and the place he'd been delivering to was closed. And we couldn't, he was stuck in his wagon, stuck up a side street he was. Poor bloke. So we took pity on him. He slept in his cab, he didn't sleep with us, but we took pity on him. We did eventually manage to get a hold of the company, and they did eventually come and open up so he could leave his load. But the poor beggar, he thought he was there for Christmas. A Polish guy he was. Thought he was stuck. Now I've lost my needles have come out. Right, let's have a look. I'm just hoping I've got this right. I'm hoping I've just closed the right seam up. I really should stop, you know, and find the right. Oh, you're going, Shad. I hope you do manage to get your Facebook sorted, Shad. We're all agog. We want to see your tiny house. I'm sure Jill or Chris will help you if you get stuck with doing your Facebook. Because we all want to see what it looks like, especially Chris. Chris, I'd love to see what your house looks like. Bye, Shad, and let's hope we see you next week. If we don't, have a nice Christmas. If we don't see you before. Oh, well, it'll have to be Jill then. Sorry, Shad. Ask Jill. Jill will be the font of all knowledge. I'm sure she will. I don't know what I'm doing. That's nothing fresh for me, is it? I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm going to have to stop until I can put my markers in. It's all going pear-shaped here. It's all going pear-shaped. End of story. Anyway, it's 11:30, so I'm getting fed up. Oh, ow. Sorry. I bent the wrong way for my knee. I went one way and my knee went the other. Not a good thing. I dropped one of my needles somewhere. One of my needles that I was using as a marker has disappeared. Still, never mind. I'm sure it will turn up. Right, I've given up with my crocheting. I've given it up as a bad job. I wasn't in the mood for it anyway, so I think I've done very well, considering I wasn't in the mood for it. And I don't know when I'm going to get this yellow thing to my friend, because I don't fancy going singing at Harmony and Health. It's too cold. And she won't come round here in the cold anyway. You're having a bowl of soup? Oh, is it homemade soup? Is it nice soup? And you're going as well, are you, Jane? Everybody round to Jill's if she's got homemade soup. I'm really tired. I'll be going very soon. Since I've got to sleep with Snaffle Pig, and I won't get any sleep, so. Oh no, you can leave the kale out. I don't like kale. Potato, carrots, and cannelloni beans, yes. No, Sian, she wasn't. She was okay, I think, but I don't think she was feeling tip-top. She has her off days, as you know, because of her issues. If she's not having a good day, she could have a pain day or a wobble day. Good night, Joe. Good night. Good night, Jane. Good night, Tammy. Are you going, Tammy? Anyway, good night, Joe. Good night, Jane. I'll be going very soon anyway. I'm getting very tired. I can tell the eyes are going. I've got to see to the doggos, make sure they go out. My light is doing some very strange flashing. Well, it is on YouTube, but it's not in here. Weird. At least I've not had any orbs tonight, have I? Well, I don't think I have anyway. You know, I go off here sometimes and I think, oh, I'm really, really tired. I'm going to go to sleep. And then I get in bed and I'm like, fool ya. Eyes wide, fool ya. Last night I just went, oof, and I was gone. I was trying to watch, Denise on Dear Designs. I was trying to watch hers because I'm about 8 videos behind with her. And I couldn't keep my eyes open. I watched Kayla, Llama Mama. I think she's managing to do a crochet. Tell you, she's only got a thumb on her right hand. And then the rest of it's like that. She's just got knuckles. And she's got this contraption thing that holds a crochet hook, and she's managed to crochet. Tell you, it's only about 4 weeks since she had surgery to lose her little finger. I tell you, where there's a will, there's a way. I think if I'd lost all my fingers on one hand, I don't think I'd be doing my crochet. But she's not a woe is me kind of girl, that girl. She just gets on with it. You know. Oh, I can fall asleep in front of the telly anytime. I came home from when I went to the cafe on Thursday. Came in, got myself a drink, switched the TV, and I'm gone. Yeah, she's got like a pad thing that she wears on her hand. It's like a pad with a thing through for a crochet hook that she's managing. Tell you. She tried a load of different kinds of straps for her hand, but she's managed to get one that works for her. Yeah. I mean, people have asked her why she doesn't get a prosthetic hand, but I don't know whether her insurance will cover it or what. You don't know the circumstances, do you, people? Maybe they've never offered her one, I don't know. I don't know. You know, insurance in America is something I know nothing about, so health insurance, I don't know. I know they probably wouldn't offer it in the NHS over here. You'd have to be very lucky. You'd probably have to go fund me or something to get one. But who knows? I hope I never was in that situation. I mean, these finger end tips on this hand are all numb, so I do struggle a little bit. I can't pick things up with that hand. It's all to do with poor circulation, so it's no good whining, is it? It keeps me up. The thumb, it doesn't feel like my thumb. It's just a weird sensation. It's like constant pins and needles. It just doesn't feel like my thumb. That one and those 2 fingers, those 3 fingers. And they're what you need to pick things up with, and I can't do it. I mean, I said to my son sometimes, I can't pick it up, and he said, oh, this is stupid. It's no idea, I can pick up with my right hand, Right hand is no problem. But then I had the carpal tunnel done on the right hand ages ago. But the left hand, no. Right, Rick, we shall see you another time. I'm going to bed very soon anyway, dear. So you enjoy whatever you're going to do for the rest of your day. So I'm going to beddy bows very, very soon because I'm tired. And I've got the dogs to see too, so. In fact, I should probably say good night now, I think, because it's only 10 minutes to go to midnight, and I was going to go at midnight anyway. So I shall see you all very, very soon. May do another video in the middle of the week. Who knows? I don't know. I never know. I intend to do things and then they just don't happen, you know. So thank you all for your company, and I will see you all very, very soon. And enjoy the rest of your day if you're in America, and the rest of your night if you're in the UK. So bye all. Bye for now. Bye from me and the doggies. Bye now. It's not letting me end my stream. Oh, yes, it is. Bye now.